After our disappointing start to the season, surely things can only get better, can't they? Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Frankly FM22. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Leeds United, Pride of Yorkshire. So in yesterday's episode, you'd have seen us start off Season 6 pretty dreadfully. We had 2 men sent off. We lost to Liverpool. We really didn't get anything going. But luckily for us, we have thrown away the 4-3-3 formation and we have hit some kind of form. Let's have a little look at what's been happening since you've been away. So we hit the schedule. We got carried away a little bit, I have to admit. Played quite a lot of games, so this is going to be a as quick as I can make it, overview of what's happening. But you can see that red dot from yesterday's episode is the only one so far this season. So in the very next game, we beat Bournemouth 3-2, a hat-trick from Dusan Vlahovic. We beat West Ham 4-1 with goals from Bentancur, Calvin Phillips, Vlahovic and Teden Mengi getting his first goal for the club. We then beat Norwich 3-2 in a crazy game where we were 2-0 up and almost give the game away. Thomas, De La Fuente and Adeyemi on the score sheet. We then kicked off the Champions League campaign with a 1-0 victory. We actually didn't have a goal scorer but won 1-0. An own goal from Osaze Orogoide? However, whatever. It was an own goal. We then played Chelsea at Ellen Road and we won that game 2-0. Goal from Burak Ince along with an own goal from Goncalo Inacio, giving us 3 points there. We beat Swansea 2-1 in the Carabao Cup. Goals from Thiago Thomas and Matthias Scally. We beat Sheffield United 1-0 in the Premier League, where Dusan Vlahovic missed 2 penalties in a single game. It was absolutely horrific. Thought we weren't going to get over the line. Ince coming up with the goal after 66 minutes. We then went to Paris and played Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League. Got a 1-1 draw. Goal from Vlahovic, seeing us through with a point. Manchester City then, we went to the Etihad. We absolutely destroyed them. Beat them 5-1 with a man sent off, although our new boy Zubaleda, you're going to see some new faces on here that we're going to get to in a minute. He got himself sent off right at the end, but 2 goals for Thomas, 2 goals for Vlahovic, and a goal for Charles de Ketelaere, getting that one done. We then beat Tottenham 3-1 with another goal from new boy Rafael Varane, Conrad De La Fuente, and Dusan Vlahovic. Probably should have showed the transfers first, shouldn't I? But hey ho. 3 more points in the Champions League came via a 1-0 win against Sporting. Thiago Thomas getting the only goal there to decide that game against his former club. We then beat Everton in the Premier League 1-0 with Charles de Ketelaere's goal. We beat Reading 2-1 in the Carabao Cup 4th round with goals from Louis Barry and Burak Ince. We beat Aston Villa 4-1 in the Premier League with goals from Varane, Thomas, De La Fuente and Vlahovic. We then had a 2-2 draw out in Portugal against Sporting. Goals from Rafinha and Calvin Phillips. Earning us a point out there. And then in the last game, before we come back, we had a 1-0 victory against Southampton with Rafinha getting the only goal of the game. So I've given the game away a little bit here. Let's go to the transfers. The end of the transfer window came through and we made 2 major signings. The first one we signed, probably not a popular signing in Leeds at all. Leeds fans in real life probably wouldn't go with this, but we had Ibrahim Konate at the back, and then all we have got next to him really is Garcia, who is a wonder kid. We have who else do we actually have at the back? Warren Wilson, who is a 21-year-old English defender. We also have Wisdom Amay, who is a 21-year-old Italian. So you're getting the kind of picture here. All we have at the back is young kids to partner with Konate. Wanted to bring a more experienced defender in to the club to kind of not only be that wiser head at the back, but also give us a little bit of quality in the games where we need it. And he has come in and he's done really, really well. Certainly in the Premier League, he has been a bit of a star. Like I said, I don't think Leeds in real life would ever look at Rafa Varane, but he's come in, he has done a job, and for £14 million, we're not going to get a return on the investment. But what we probably will do is get a shot at the Premier League. And the other player we signed was Igor Zubaldia. He came in from Inter Milan for, how much was that transfer? £15.25 million. He's another player who can play as a centre back, so another one who can step back into the back line if Kanate or Varane isn't there, or he can step forwards and play as the defensive midfielder or as a central midfielder. So one that we spotted on transfer deadline day up for sale. We thought we'd swoop in, take him on, and see if we can get anything out of him. In terms of players that went out, Patati was the one last, and we have only loaned players out. So Ilyas Housney has gone to Huddersfield, Pablo Tor went to Nice, and Carlos Jose, a brilliant goalkeeper who, check out the ratings on this. So his value is 76 to 89 million pounds. He's 19 years old. He's played 2 Carabao Cup games. In fact, he's played 2 Carabao Cup games whilst he's been at Burnley. He's never played for Leeds, I don't think. In terms of competitive football, no, he did play in Calvin Phillips's testimonial. So Leeds have a bit of a star on their hands there. In fact, how many seasons has he been at the club for? So 24, 25, 25, 26, and now 26, 27. So signed him as a 16-year-old kid for £775,000. So crazy that we paid 775. He's now worth 76 to 89 million pounds. Melier, after this season, might have to look over his shoulder because this kid is coming for him, and the fact that surely he's going to be close to triggering homegrown and may even become an English citizen in the not too distant future. If my maths are correct, I think he does 5 years, is it here? Does it tell us that? Information. Okay, so to become an English citizen, he has completed 688 days. He has 1137 days left, so he can become an English citizen in the future. So, Melier certainly might have to watch over his shoulder for that one. But that brings us nicely on to today's game. I did get carried away a little bit. You might be able to see the league table just here. In fact, let's show you the competitions quickly before we get into the game. You can see we are sat top of the Premier League, 30 points from 11 games. Manchester United are sat in second, 29 from 12 games. Newcastle then, 24 points from 12 games. And we do have a game in hand. So, I believe that's because we're on the 5:30 kickoff. They've already played, so we could extend our lead at the top of the table with victory against Crystal Palace. So let's jump on into that and see if we can do just that. Okay, so let's have a little look at the lineup for the Crystal Palace game. We're going to put out Melier in goal, Garcia at left back because Junior Firpo has been injured, Rafa Varane, Kanate and Singo the rest of the back four, Gravenberch and Phillips the midfield two, with De La Fuente, Burak Ince and Rafinha the attacking three, hopefully feeding the ball to Dusan Vlahovic. One last thing on Dusan Vlahovic, actually, if we head back to the inbox, guess who has the best player in the world? Leeds United do. Dusan Vlahovic has won the Goal 50 2026 50 Best Players in the World award. And you can see here, Dusan Vlahovic was named the best player in goals list of the top 50 players in the world. Serbian international has been in lethal form for Leeds last season. He scored 42 goals in 43 appearances. So, nice to have a bit of recognition for our signing who came in to replace Sheshko. You can see that he was a perfect like-for-like replacement. So, that's the lineup. Let's have a look at how we get on when we face off against Crystal Palace. Here we go then, the players are out on the pitch. We're about to start yet another game in the Premier League. We are looking to continue our great run of form. We have been blitzing the league this season. To be honest with you, we didn't make too many big name signings, partly because of the fact that there wasn't the right kind of player available, and also the fact that we've got such a lot of potential and young talent in the squad that is now starting to flourish. The likes of Garcia here, we've got Burak Ince, Dusan Blajovic, obviously. Who else is there? There's Tecatele, Conrad De La Fuente, and I felt like some of these players are going to move on, and we don't really need to be buying massive names when we already have the amount of talent that we have in the team. And we are playing the ball around nicely here. Ince to De La Fuente, Garcia getting involved. All team, all action, build up, gets us into the penalty area. Garcia's going to swing it in. Rafinha is there, but he lays it off to Calvin Phillips, who blasts it home, and the captain gives us the first goal of the game after 5 minutes, and a wonderful team build-up goal that sees us go 1-0 ahead in the game. So at this point, Ince, I thought was going to cross it, gave it to Garcia. Rafinha with a cushion header down. Calvin Phillips to smash home a left-footed into the far corner. And that's a brilliant finish, if ever I saw one. So we are seemingly on our way. We've had 5 shots, 2 on target. Crystal Palace have had nothing so far. Our league form has just been simply fantastic since the first game of the season, when we got completely outclassed by Liverpool and we ditched the change in tactic, gone back to the familiar tactic. Rafinha has got injured here, so he has come off. Yeah, since we've reverted back to our trusty formation, we have been on a roll. It's been some fantastic football as well. There's been a lot of goals with build up just like that, let me tell you. One game in particular, we just battered a team into submission. I've got a feeling it was certainly the Man City game. We were fantastic. Um, I think even though we only won 1-0 against Southampton, it could have been a lot more. And there have been games like that where the finishing has just really let us down. Just like that, Burak Ince with the shot going miles over the bar, not even near the target. And it's been chances like that that have kept our goal difference really in check, even though we had the 5 goals against City. I mean, we are creating a lot of chances and not taking them at all. 15 there in the first half, 6 shots on target, but only 1 goal to show for it is pretty disappointing. We have gone through half time whilst I'm waffling away here, and we are back out for the second half. Didn't make any changes. That one enforced change earlier on in the first half meant that we just carry on as we are, and we are again knocking the ball around just like we did in the first half in the build up to the goal. And we have now strung together 6 or 7, 8, 9, 10 passes, and we are moving forwards. Thomas with the ball into Vlahovic, and the best player in the world gets another goal, and it's 2-0 on the board, 54 minutes on the clock. Another well-worked team goal as Ince looks up, plays it through. Thomas with the little round the corner touch, and Vlahovic just with a side foot into the back of the net. Easy peasy. 2-0 on the game. We are looking like we're playing some decent football, because another chance is coming in. Burak Ince, and there is Rafael Varane on the back post. Here is the referee to probably rule it out. Can't really see what they're looking for. See if it gives any hints in the little text. Nope, didn't see anything wrong with that. Goal has been awarded. And again, Rafa Varane coming in, playing games, getting bookings, but getting goals. And in fact, thinking about that, Rafa Varane is now going to come off. We're going to bring Teden Mengi on in his place. Like I said, got a yellow card, got himself a goal. May as well protect him. No point in trying to stretch him out. In fact, what am I doing here? I'm looking to take off Calvin Phillips, and we're going to bring Simon Thorpe on in his place. So going with the risky 3 substitutions before the 70th minute tactic, which normally backfires, but hopefully that is gone before. Teden Mengi didn't look like he was offside. He certainly looked to have timed the run from this angle anyway. It looked like he timed it really well. Nope, couldn't have done. The goal has been disallowed by the referee this time, but Mengi got himself into the right place. Oh, that is close, isn't it? It looks quite far apart on the actual pitch, but those 2 lines look a lot closer. Or, sorry, the 2 players look a lot closer than what the lines look, but can't complain about that. Goal disallowed. We're 3-0 up. We just want to get off the pitch now, get another 3 points on the board, and we are going to extend our lead at the top of the Premier League. And season 6 so far, apart from the first episode, has gone absolutely perfectly. We're on the attack again, knocking it around like a good footballing team does. Singo with the ball into Thiago Thomas, goes to ground. Abdul Mumin giving the penalty away. Surely he's got to give this. The ref's looking at it, but I don't see how he cannot, because he just barged him off the ball. And Dusan Vlahovic, who has got a checkered history with penalties, puts the ball on the spot, and this time he doesn't miss. And it is 4-0 after all. That's 11 goals in the season already for Dusan Vlahovic. You can see why he was voted the best player in the world, because he just turns up, he scores goals, gets us on the board. And this is going to be another 3 points, and quite a simple one at that. 2 minutes left, 3 minutes added on. Another free kick coming in. Vlahovic is on the front post, he's beaten his man. Shot is saved. Konate's there to tap it in at the back post. 5-0. We are in scintillating form. We are at the top of the Premier League with a gap, which we'll show you after the game. But these kinds of performances are what we are becoming known for. May not be scoring all the goals, but we've been creating all the chances, and finally it all comes together. And that is a great finish at the back post. We're still not done. There's another chance coming, it seems. Thomas to Thorpe to Vlahovic. Plays it all the way out to the left-hand side to De La Fuente. See what he can do with it. Plays it back to Garcia. Garcia crosses it in. Thiago Thomas is going to be there with the header. It's hit the top of the crossbar and gone out. And that probably will be that. No, it's going to let us continue. Peacock Farrell's going to kick the ball forwards. It's flicked on. Defender is going to get it. And that is the end of the game. So we have really battered Crystal Palace into submission. We've had 28 shots, 13 on target, numerous goal scorers, and 3 more points to boot. So let's go through the dressing room, through the media page. You can already see it there. Let's look at the competitions and put the Premier League up on your screens. You can see we are now top level. Games played. 4 points is the gap to Manchester United. So we have a nice enough cushion there. We have a 9-point gap to Newcastle. So we are doing everything that we said we wanted to do at the start of the season. We wanted a bit of redemption in terms of getting our Premier League title back for the end of the save. And it is going perfectly so far. I promise there is not a massive gap between games for the next episode, because tomorrow's episode is going to be centred on the PSG game. We have 2 games left in the Champions League group stage. The 2 of us are fighting it out. So you can see there, both have 8 points after 4 games. Sporting do have 4 points. So a point. So Sporting can finish on 10. So if we can get 2 points in the last 3 games, last 2 games, sorry. Yeah, 4 points from the last. If we get 2 points, I cannot talk. If we get 2 points in the last 2 games, we're going to be safely through in the Champions League as well. So that's where we're going to leave it, and we'll be back tomorrow for the PSG game. A 5-star victory then, as we brush aside Crystal Palace with relative ease. Dusan Vlahovic proving why he's the best player on the planet in 2026, as he gets the goals that fire us to 3 more points. So if you're at this point of the video, you've liked and enjoyed today's episode, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to help the channel out. I appreciate every single person who takes their time to do that. But for this one, I'm going to wrap it there. Come back tomorrow as we face off against Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League.